What's up, everybody? This is Patrick with P-Dub's Random World, just giving you the first update in the series of an ongoing, project here. What we're looking at here is the profit trailer. If you aren't familiar with it, check my previous video. It'll tell you all about it, and you can see some of the cool stuff that it can do for you. And what we are looking at here is red. Red, red, red. The The dollar price of Bitcoin is down 10.8, varying 10 point something percent from yesterday. It's down to 81.93 per coin. And that's up from 15-20 minutes ago when it was $7,800 a coin. Now, you get so much fluctuation in here, it really hurts as far as trading pairs. So let's go look at my pairs log and we can see exactly how horrible. But first we'll look. 15.17% down. That is how bad it is. Now, it's really painful to deal with these sometimes, but let's look just where I'm at here. Part of my balance is just sitting around there waiting, not doing anything. It's a 0.002 Bitcoin, which isn't really anything to make a dent in. And then we've got what my actual total count current value is. 0.087 Bitcoin. Now that's with all of the percentages dropped down. But my total pending value, so this is the value of all of my trades once they hit their 1%, which is the guideline. So it can be more if I hit more than the 1%. That is 0.102. Now I did start out with 0.1, and I got me a little spreadsheet here. So back on the 28th, I started out here at 0.1001094. I was going with a different strategy using a DCA, which I'm not completely ruling out because these bags are killing me. So I was using that strategy and not getting much from it, because it kept holding the bags and not actually processing. I run with a lot of different pairs. So I didn't gain much on that first day. It was literally 0.118% of my entire thing. So that wasn't very profitable. The second day it did get a little bit better, about three times better almost, but it was still 0.3%. Now I'm looking to compound interest. I love it. It's just this thing that can create a large amount from a little amount. It just takes time, but I'm looking for consistency right now. So that second day was better, but not quite good. So we were still using the DCA at that point. And then on this third day, which would have been toward the end of January, I did BitShares tanked, and I was forced to sell off the BitShares. Now I'm an avid believer in keep it until it's profitable, because it's not a loss until you sell it. But I did end up getting rid of that particular BTS on the low, and I still managed a profit on the day, and it was about 0.5%. Now when I start looking at what I want, this is the goal. If I invest and I get 1% daily return, this is the path it's going to follow. And if we look here at we'll call it day 1, we would be 0.101 and change. So that's from here. And as I compound it, let's look a month out. Let's say at day 30 would be 0.134. Now we can keep on going out and see how many days it would take for us to get a Bitcoin. 162 days to get half a Bitcoin. But now let's look and see how much quicker it goes. After that 162, at day 232, we'd be at 1 full Bitcoin. Well, let's see how long it would take to get 2 Bitcoins. Well, that second Bitcoin is going to come on day 302. So you can turn that 0.1 Bitcoin into over 2. Let's see where 3 comes. 3 comes at 342. So you can turn that 0.1 Bitcoin into 3 Bitcoins in the course of 1 year. 1 year. Now that's crazy. But here's the downside. You're going to lose value. When you put $1,000 on there, you're going to lose money on it. But you have to be confident that Bitcoin is going to be where you want it to be. Now I've deposited, I have a total investment of $2,000 including my bot. But, you know, I'm averaging $12,000 was where my buy-in is. Now it's probably down to about $11,750. But I know that it's not going to be worth that during this whole process. But what I'm looking forward to is when Bitcoin is 12,000, 20,000, 30,000, however high it goes, and I'm down here at, call it day 730. Because at 2 years, I'll have 141 Bitcoins at a 1% gross every day. And at 11,000, that's about a 1.2, $1.3 million haul. So it doesn't matter what the value of the Bitcoin is. What matters is the amount of Bitcoin you have. And then you sell when it's at the value that you want. So getting back to what we're talking about here, now we looked at day 5 where we, well, day 4. This is after I sold it off and I got rid of that DCA. Now getting rid of that DCA really helped me because I freed up the money, but I still had a lot of stuff that was there for my DCA that was setting for 2 or 3 days, and that's problematic because I can't trade with that. If I had that money to trade around with, it'd have been good, but it would have been sitting here before long. So I managed to squeak out a 1.75% gain on that day after my loss. So that took me back up to the 0.10147952. So I'm still up from my starting point there, and that's with the estimated 1% growth on the selling all my pairs. Now we go to the next day, and I'm looking at a 1.06. So this was just a standard function day. Now the next day, it wasn't good at all. The market started getting down and it started looking really, really bleak and bad. People are posting videos, is this the end of the Bitcoin and is everything dropping? Well, it's not, but the thing is the market still shudders and scatters and people pull their money out of the Bitcoin and that makes the Bitcoin go down worse. And when you got that going down, you have people scrambling to get out of altcoins into Bitcoin or get out of the Bitcoin into altcoins, hoping they're going to retain their value. And the truth is, there's not a real coin out there that's going to retain its actual value during the drop in the Bitcoins. You're going to have a handful of them that may start to swell up, but then they generally puff right back down. I mean, Ethereum seemed to be one of the big holders during that, but, you know, it comes and goes, and, you know, the top coins are really going to fluctuate a lot during those times, and the little altcoins, well, they're going to drop faster than the main ones are. So after that, we took a hit, and then not yesterday, but Friday, I ended up clearing 2 bags. I sold 2 bags at a loss just to clear up some money so I could get things going around again. And well, it did regress me back here to where I would want to be here. I didn't lose too much on them, but I did gain some of it back, and that was a fighting, kicking process. So I did manage to eke out 0.19, almost 0.2% profit for the day after dropping those bags. And then by the time I got back to it with that last one and the last bag drop yesterday, it left me with a 0.35%. Now I'm not at the 1% that I want to be, but I'll get there. So now let's go to where we're at today. Today, well, Bitcoin is bad and it's doing worse. And that 15.17 is getting bigger. It's 15.46 now. dropping and dropping. Let's look at my pairs, because I run with a lot of pairs. My least horrible pair is still, it's a dash card. And I'm almost 3% down on that, ranging all the way up to 28%. So using this bot is all about finding settings that works best for you. What's going to be profitable for you. Now, if you look up here, I'm still expected to be at that 0.102, but it may take me a day or two before some of these bags start clearing out. And if the market continues to get worse, well, it's just a waiting game. So that's gonna be a day that I'm not making that 0.5% or 1% or 2%. So it's just a day of stalling. And it was what, 260 I needed to make one coin at 1%? It takes time, but we'll get there. But I did diverge to a second bot. I cloned my first, I created a second Poloniex account, and I have set it up on there as well. So now let's look at that one. This is my Liam's bot, named for my son. He said he was bringing me some luck. Yesterday, it was slamming on the first day. $4.62 average. So that doesn't seem like much, but that was closer to $6.5 when it was at a normal Bitcoin price. And what's different about this one is I actually only started out with 0.286 Bitcoin. So there's only $250 in there, and it still generated $6.5 yesterday. So it was well over the 2% generation. But now we're in this tough time, and let's go here. We are bags of plenty as well. So checking around, filling out your settings. In the first day and a half, I had literally 55 trades on this thing. It was just pumping and working itself out because yesterday was the first day that it was running. It was full blown. And so I keep a nice little tally of my things here. So I keep an end of day report basically, morning and in the afternoon. So let's see here. This was when we did it on the 28th. And then you can see some of the progression through, and the prices here. They were decent up there at 11,000. I was getting sells, and then we're still 11,000. Dipped down to down under 10,000 there. Back up over, hovering around that 10,000 part, and it's just down to 9,000. You can see the tragedy that ensues. 8,500. And we're dropping and back up to 9 to do some work, and we're pretty much in a holding pattern. Now a lot of that has to do with this morning. We were at 8,500 and I was still in plenty of bags. So now we can take a look and see how the Liam bot compared, because I started it. Literally, you can see down here at 12:03 was when I started the Liam bot. So at midnight. And then we can go and look and see how it has done during at that morning when I got up. There was 30 transactions. That is crazy. So it generated me $2.40 at the $9,000 valuation just while I slept. And then the second that it closed out last night, that would have been last night, right? Yes, last night before I went to bed. I called it an early bed. It was at 50 cells. Now that's nice, and it generated 475. So by the time that it was done, 475 at 9,000, it was at 8,500 this morning, and it wasn't really doing much. I was eking little things out here and there, but really nothing there. But that's just the nature of the beast. It's about waiting it out and working the best settings for me. So as the market starts to come back, hopefully sometime tonight, tomorrow, it'll creep up to 9,000, over 9,000 BTC, and some of these bags will start dying. So I got it set right now to where it's on the I've got the sell only mode on, so I'm not trying to buy right now. And that was the problem I had in my first bot. This first bot with all these bags, I end up, it was down at the low part of the market. So I was like, okay, I've got all this up here that I got to wait for it to get back to. So I bought down at the low. And then down at the low was the Liam bot. And that pretty much just, it wreaked havoc down there with all those trades, making a little here, a little there. But now the bottom has even fallen out of the bottom. So it's just about waiting for it to come back and start maximizing there. I can get on and check this at any point from my phone, but I'll start seeing when sales are going through from my Telegram service, sending me phone messages on when some of the sales are gone from P-dubs. So definitely stick around, stay tuned. You can see we'll keep track of where we're getting and hopefully get down here soon. So check with me. It'll probably be a couple days here before I update, but we will we'll see how this goes and hopefully get back up on the upswing of things. Alright, if you like this, definitely subscribe, share it. This is pretty much going to be a nice little informative for people about some of the expectations you can expect from the Profit Trailer bot. And if you're interested in the bot and don't yet have it, check the link below. I've got an affiliate link there. It does help me provide support for this channel. It doesn't cost anything more to you, but if you are interested in it, definitely use that. I have an affiliate link for them, so like, subscribe, share, get in on the comments. Definitely like to hear from you. And next Sunday, doing the $5 in Bitcoin giveaway. So get your comments and subscriptions in there, and we're going to be posting our lucky contestant. You do have to be subscribed in order to win, but we'll get in contact with you and I'll get that sent over. All right, till next time. Thanks.